thread about spooky shit that has happened in your town, either to you, your friends, or just anyone you know. Pick not related. I grew up in a small mountain town, literally surrounded by woods and swampy areas and a bunch of lakes, so you could say it was the perfect place for creepy shit to be happening all the time. I'm gonna share one, maybe more than one story from that town. Be me, like 7 or 8. Live in an apartment building near cemetery and hospital. Yeah, the cemetery was literally 2 minutes away from hospital, both were in the woods. Go to sleep one evening after parents. Fuck yes, I'm a grown-up. Gif. Put on pajamas and make bed. Bedroom window faces woods. Dark as fuck, but some would come. Keep looking at forest before hitting the sack. Look at time, 11:45 a.m.-ish, don't really remember. Not really sleepy, but know that parents will be angry if they found me up so late. Decide to finally lay in bed. One last glance at woods. What the fuck? See 3 figures in woods, clearly not lights. More what the fuck? Stare in their direction until figuring out what it is. My face went people, but really pale, almost transparent. It's a fucking .webm. It's silent around so I can hear them moan and kinda hum? I guess, not sure what the sound was. Fucking weird nude people on drugs, I assume. Go to sleep. Wake up next morning, nothing weird anywhere. Go to school, tell classmates. And I'm you crazy. Never speak of that again until 10 years later. Be 10 years later. Chillin' with homies when one says, let's tell scary stories. Homie numero dos goes, I know one that's real and happened in town. Go ahead homie dos. He then proceeds to tell a story that back then got me fucked up. So the hospital in town has 2 underground floors and you can reach them with one of the elevators. Basically floor 1 is morgue and floor 2 is the vivisection floor. What the fuck is vivisection? Homie number 1. It's when they operate on living, conscious people, experimenting on them and shit. Lol, homie you silly. Keep listening. So the story goes that back in the day, like 15 to 20 years ago, people in town went missing. No one knew why and no one spoke of it. Then soon after, some kids found a weird tunnel coming out of the hospital into the middle of the woods. People went to see and it was all abandoned hospital equipment and empty hospital beds. Later they realized it was the vivisection room. Homie 2 proceeds to describe the room, nothing intriguing so I'll get to the point. They were performing experiments on people. They had taken their eyes out, cut their ears off, kept them in the dark for months, maybe years. Eventually 3 of those people they were experimenting on escaped and were never found again. They are said to be really pale, almost transparent. People have seen them in woods around town and they say that they only scream, moan and hum, they don't speak. Fuck you homie 2, that's not true. Whatever man, it's what many people are saying around town since forever. I say nothing more. Creep the fuck out because I never told anyone about the white men group and yet homie 2 knew all about it. Fucking shit, it be true. Fast forward 1 week-ish. Go to hospital with homie. Homie needs to take the elevator. Remember that one elevator takes you to secret floor goodness. Get into all elevators, like 4 in total I guess. One has 2 unmarked buttons underneath the basement button. Here we go. AVI. Push buttons. Nothing. Wait a bit, then push buttons again. Nothing. See homie's doctor and ask him about morgue. This hospital doesn't have a morgue. Okay? Go to elevator one last time. Push button. Surprise surprise, nothing. Fucking hell, homie 2 was lying. Later at grandma's house. Asked grandma about white people. Fucking hell, she tells me never to speak about that. Says it was probably someone just having fun, not being harmful. They were fucking naked. My face when grandma is a shill. Leave grandma's place. Spend the next 2 years looking for whites around woods but nothing. Walk into abandoned military tunnels around woods, still nothing. Leave it and just decide to be spooked forever about it. I have stories about abandoned military tunnels, weird figures and lights in the woods, a mass animal grave, and a story of the buttload of dog bones. We'll share more if anyone interested. Some backstory before I start with spooks. The building I lived in was literally across the street from the woods. It was my house and then a street and then woods. At night it was pretty creepy. But my best friend had it worse cause he lived down the same street but on the other side of it, so pretty much his building was in the woods. So he and I both experienced some spooks together. Mass animal grave, here we go. Be me and best mate. Both be 15 to 16. Walk around woods at around 7:30 p.m. We spent a big portion of childhood and our teen years lurking these woods looking for shit and just generally walking around. Walk near a big water pipe that was going through the forest. We usually go there to hang out, smoke and drink there. Be about 100 to 130 meters away from pipe. Smell hits my nose with the force of Old Spice Double Sun. Fucking what the fuck is that? Dead animal or some shit. Walk about 70 more meters and holy shit that JPG. A mass grave of dead animals in middle of woods. Like 30 to 40 dead animals in there. Go back to get some sort of face masks. Pussies.jpg. Go back with cheap ass face masks. No help with smell. Whatever fuck it. Gif. Mate goes into pit with animals to poke them with stick. Fucking idiot pokes them with a stick for 15 minutes. Gets bored and gets out. Head back to town and call up our mates. Tell them what happened. No one believes us, so we get flashlights. It's dark at this point and we want to go there as soon as possible. We head to woods and smell is even stronger at this point. Get to pit and felt like even more animals were there than before. Not possible because late and we never saw anyone go there. Look around and tell mates to go cause whoever did that is all sorta crazy. Go back to town, everyone fucked up. Tell even more people about it the next day. Fast forward like 17 hours. Go to woods with more people. Go to grave location. What.mp4. No smell. No animals. Hole is there but empty and no blood. Everyone is laughing at this point. No one believes us. No grave there ever since. We still speak about that sometimes. Some mates say it happened, some of the mates who were there say that they're not sure if it was really there or not, and this one guy says that there was nothing there. Well, I know what we saw and it was weird as fuck. Sorry for taking so long to post, I'm writing it up now, don't have them pre-written, also, am at work. Let's do abandoned military tunnels. Around my town live many gypsies who make a living from stealing metals and other things that can be sold, TVs, car radios, fridges, literally anything. Near my building in my hometown, there's 3 entrances to military tunnels that were used like bomb shelters and defense against enemy forces, I guess. We started exploring them as kids and then it gets interesting. Be me and mates 13 years young. Hey, let's go to the tunnels. Be in front of tunnels, flashlights in hand. Walk in, cell phones lose coverage because tunnels are literally going through a large hill. Walk in, fucking cold, dark and humid. Walls covered in weird writing, names of people, numbers. All done with spray paint so we think nothing of it, we barely notice it. Walk further in, no outside light at this point. Ground is soft for some reason. Shine flashlight on ground, it's covered in black. What is black? Ask mate if he knows what the black shit is. Probably some carpets. What? Keep walking, more soft ground. Shine light at ceiling, walls are fucking tall as shit. Pipes going through ceiling. Someone asks what's in pipes. Pipes are for air coming from the outside, they used pipes to distribute air through the whole thing. If you follow the pipes they will lead you out through the secret exit where the air was coming from. Walk into a room. Room is wider than any other room in the whole fucking place. Ground covered in black, dirt, and what looked like human shit. Shine flashlight on walls, a lot of writing on the walls. Again, some names, some numbers. One wall says Area 51.2 and has some weird symbols written on with coal. Why coal though? Wall across from entrance of room has a huge altar-like shit drawn on it. Many letters and numbers that don't make sense. Okay, that's enough. Before I can say anything, someone goes, "Hey Anons, let's get out." Okay, let's. On way out, there loud banging, like someone's banging on the walls in the other room. WTF, no one else with us in there or out. No one knows we're there. Shine light back where we came from. Nothing. Keep walking forward. Big hole in ground just before exit. Some sort of trap, I guess, cause you can't really see it unless you've fallen in it before, or someone told you about it. Homie 1 jumps over hole. I'm next. MP3. Jump and hear a loud scream coming from inside tunnels. Homie 2 is last to jump. Jumps and we boot it. Run outside of tunnels and head to town through the woods. Call another mate to meet us with some sort of weapon. Faggot is waiting with a stick. I repeat, a fucking stick, like he can fight Humadrum McShitterson with a fucking stick. Nothing was chasing us. Mate didn't believe us. Rewinding a few years earlier, middle of winter. Be me 10 to 11 years, walking around woods with mates midday. Fucking tunnels dark and spooky as all hell, probably because all dark in the otherwise snowy woods. A dog dying in front of tunnel, not even inside. Dog all bloody and howling at nothing. As we pass, dog dies. Many spooky shit has happened in those tunnels, and still some people use them to fuck in there. These stories don't end with us being chased by shadow people or demons or anyone being possessed. It's just spooky and weird shit that's happened to me and my mates. Not RP, so nothing movie-like will happen. Should I go on? If yes, next story is grave in the middle of the woods plus tombstone shifting. Grave in middle of woods. Be me and mate 16 to 17-ish. We were all pretty much the same age, and we were doing the whole forest explore phase around this time. Walk uphill a bit, not choosing the stairs that lead to the top but going through the thickest part. Walk midway uphill and notice something stone-like. Go to check it out. First mate says it's a tombstone. Yeah, right. Me and other mate go closer. Shit, it is a tombstone. One mate who is not from town says that's normal because graveyard is in same forest. Yeah, like 5 kilometers away from here, no one would drag a tombstone to this place because the graveyard is near. Plus you'd have to go through the whole forest to drag that here. Tombstone is old-timey. Writing on it is old-timey. Reads something like "Here lies forever the body of insert female name and last name here." Don't remember her name. That feel when no middle name. What? Tombstone kinda stuck in ground, we can't move it. Decide to mark it with sticks and rope so we can come back. Mark the whole scene like the fucking CSI, Miami. Go on exploring more of that part of the woods. Weird creepy ass field of flowers in middle of area full of huge trees. Everything else is lit but the field flower area. Scenery looks creepy cause flowers growing in shadows. Decide to call up more people, tell them about the shit we found. Tombstone, not flowers. We used to call each other whenever we found creepy shit in or around town so that we can check it out. Many a time the creepy shit had disappeared before we could get to it. Tell mates where to meet us. They show up to lowest point of woods and we take them up to Tombstone spot. Get up there and Tombstone has shifted about 3 to 4 meters from where it was. Now remember how it was halfway stuck in the ground and 3 of us couldn't move it? Yeah. It shifted on its own. Start digging around looking for a grave. Remember that shit is old-timey and the grave could be long gone. Go back to town, mate's house. Mate's grandma is there, she's lived there pretty much all her life. Straight up ask her about graves and woods behind their building. Says she's heard stories of people getting buried there a long time ago because they didn't deserve to be put in regular graveyard. Didn't deserve? Says she can't explain it better than that, she doesn't know how. We tell her about Tombstone and how it shifted. Says that all tombstones have been moved from there so kids don't get spooked. Yeah, no, it was there twice. Says it's probably a tombstone that was covered in dirt and they didn't move it when they were moving all the other ones. Fuck that shit, we went back there sometime later and there was nothing there. They could have moved it or something, but nothing, not even plants were there. Or maybe we had the wrong location. But I am pretty sure we knew exactly where to go and there was nothing there. Okay, so I'm gonna do Lake Death and then I'm gonna Lights in the Woods. Lake Death stories are true around my town and all of them are tragic, obviously, but one of them is chilling. I don't know if it's a local urban legend or a true story, but I've heard it from 2 different people, exactly the same way. Anyway, here goes. There was a woman in town, a really sweet old woman from what I've heard. People loved her, she loved people and her life was pretty much okay, like we'd love to have her life. Only problem was she couldn't have kids and doctors kept telling her there's nothing wrong with her, or her husband. They just couldn't have any kids for some reason. So as I said, there are gypsies who live around my town. And this woman apparently went there to seek help. Now no one knows what those gypsies did to her, or what they gave her, but she got pregnant within a month after going to them. Fast forward 9 months or so. Baby is out all good and alive and healthy. They release the woman a bunch of days after she has the baby, and being all happy she takes baby home. As night came, I guess she put the baby in the crib and went to sleep. But then in the middle of the night she woke up to find the baby had been gone, and she had no idea where it was. Anyway, as time went by, baby wasn't found and the woman decided to call it quits. There's this artificial lake thing, where they clean recycle water or some shit, I have no idea, it's really creepy there at night. And it's got those pump things on the bottom. Many people have went swimming in that lake, many, I mean like 3 people, but that's a lot for such a small town, and have died there, being sucked down by the pumps. So the woman decided that she had had enough misery in her life after her happiness had been taken away from her so soon. She went up to the lake, late at night when they turned the pumps on, and she jumped. Got to the middle of the lake and just waited there for the fucking pumps to turn on so that they could suck her down to the bottom. So far the story is real, and then the urban legend started. People started saying you can still hear her at night scream for her child, and she will come for your child if you leave it in the crib the first night after you come home from the hospital. That's bullshit, of course, but the story itself is creepy. The creepiest being, of course, that her child fucking disappeared in the middle of night without a trace. Next story will be Lights and Woods. Also, Keque related. It's Lake Death Lake. Let's do Lights and Woods. This one happened to my mates. I was abroad when the whole deal happened to them and couldn't be there for it. Be my friends in a hot summer night. Go out to woods to make a bonfire and eat some grilled meat. They are in different woods, not the ones with the tombstone/tunnel/graveyard, but all the way across town, the woods of Death Lake. Get there, sun still up. Prepare everything, gather wood, start fire. All going well until they hear something fall in the area with trees. Fuck you know. JPG. Best mate goes to check. A massive fucking branch fell off a tree for no apparent reason, just because. Branch wasn't dead or dry, so why did it fall? Friend thinks who was phone, more like why did it fall? Takes branch to fire, because free branch, yay. After they put branch on fire, they start noticing lights in the distance. They try to take pics of lights, only 1 or 2 good ones. They say they started hearing weird noises coming from sound direction. Not bothered by those apparently, still ate meat and drank beers. I come back some months later. Tell me all about that. Holy fuck, that's creepy, but good thing there's pics for me to see. Fucking best shit ever that happened and I missed it. I'm gonna be sharing some pictures of the place they were at, and some pictures of the lights. First peak is literally not even 100 meters from Death Lake. More of area. Tiny campfire/bonfire. Also those in the background are part of the lights they noticed, but later on it gets creepier. This pic is my mate with the branch lottery winnings with a weird light behind him that no one noticed at the time. Okay, those, everyone swears, are not fireflies. Cause I know you guys would say that in the middle of the night, During summer those might be fireflies. They said they weren't. They said they didn't behave like fireflies, and having grown up in the fucking woods we all know how fireflies behave. Anyway, those are part of the lights they saw. Last one. They claim those are weird lights. In my opinion it's just houses and villas across the woods. IDK, about this pic, but I'm sharing it either way. If interested in more stories, do say. I have a story about this family where almost everyone killed themselves. Wow, okay, wasn't expecting such a successful thread. Here goes, suicide family. Be me, live near woods with all my friends near me. Know a gypsy guy who lives 1 block away from me. Gypsy kid is dumb and is held back in school like 3 years in a row. Nothing wrong with that, we don't hang with him, so we don't give a flying fuck about that. Father of kid is white, mother is gypsy, and they have like 5 kids in total or something like that. Family is shit poor, so they push their youngest children around in a shopping cart, not a stroller. Father works temporarily for people, chopping wood, carrying heavy shit, a genuine down-to-earth guy with a drinking problem. Mother is unemployed. Oldest kid is dumb kid who got held back. Second oldest is a girl, pretty sure the family used her as a sex slave. Middle kid is I think a boy, only one who can still be seen around. 2 youngest are twins, boy and a girl, they said someone killed them. Years go by and everyone is making fun of family. People point fingers at them. Bullies beating down held back skelter for some reason. Before to 5 years ago, held back kid found dead in family house attic, hanging from the ceiling. Father found dead in woods out of town, killed himself. Mother nowhere to be seen. 2 twins found dead, no one knows why. Second oldest child, the girl, found dead at home, thought to have killed herself. I honestly don't know if they died, or left. People could only really recognize the boy of the held back kid, the rest were deformed, and no one knew whether or not they were the people from this family or just random people. Also they found them over the span of a few years, not all at once. So people in town like to grow their own vegetables and shit like that, and often they grow corn. And sometimes we steal corn from them and cook it on a bonfire. Anyway, here is corn thief gone wrong. Be me, old enough to know better than to steal corn. Be out in woods with mates. Start a fire. Oh shit, we want corn. No problem, me and 3 other mates go to get corn. Anon, don't you need money for corn? No, we are gonna steal it from someone. Get to field all the way across town to steal corn. Flashlights in hand cause it's almost midnight. Cars passing by, so we lay low in grass and wait for cars to go away. Look around the field, no dogs, no people. 2 friends keep watch, me and a mate go in. Start stuffing our hoodie pockets with whole corns, cobs of corn. Stuffing like the end of the world is yesterday. I fucking look pregnant with corn babies at this point. Turn around to leave and see friend frozen in corn. Shut up, Anon. I shut up. Look around, see nothing. Hear a noise from inside of Cornfield. Damn it, not a dog, please not a dog. Also please, not a man with gun. Get low to look for paws/feet. Nothing. Hear growling from behind me. Turn around quickly but nothing there. Look at mate, then run with the force of 1,000 suns out of there. Mates outside see us all scared and start laughing. We tell them what happened and that they should run. I throw away most corn because I am not a corn exporter. Thing didn't catch us, but mate and I both heard it growl and we never saw a dog. Still had enough corn for everyone at the end of it all. Stealing corn is bad, and you shouldn't do it.